Orna, just a minute. Mr. Ravindra, Mr. Ravindra, please you don't present your screen. Please close presenting. Please stop presenting. Mr. Ravindra, please do stop presenting. Mr. Ravindra, please do stop presenting. Mona Lisa, can you do something, please? Mona Lisa?
Yes, okay. রবীন্দ্র কোথায়?
Ravindra Valunchkar. RAVIN.
না না
Mr. Ravindra, please do stop presenting. Don't present your screen. And I request all the participants, please mute your audio and video. Thank you. Orna, carry on.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Principal Sir. Thank you so much. Now I request Professor Netaji Prasad Quiri, Associate Professor of Commerce, to present the inaugural address and inaugurate the session in this forum. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Anna. Good morning, everybody. On behalf of the Department of Commerce, Vidyanagar College, let me also welcome you to this one-day national level webinar on recent trends in accounting and marketing. By COVID-19, so many areas are affected. I think accounting and marketing, both these areas are also seriously affected. Technology has many stories to tell. The world itself is synonymous with development and in much of today's business landscape. It continues to reshape industries and businesses. It transforms systems and processes, converting manual tasks into automated functions. With technology, business operate more efficiently and effectively. And this is where the latest accounting trends mainly revolve around automated accounting process, rise of accounting software solutions, outsourcing accounting functions, cloud-based accounting, focus on data analysis, blockchain, utilizing social media, advisory services, role of artificial intelligence, big data in accounting, and remote work setting. Not only that, in the field of marketing, more emphasis on quality, value, and customer satisfaction, more emphasis on relationship building and customer retentions, more emphasis on managing business process and integrated business functions, more emphasis on global training and local market planning, more emphasis on strategic alliances and networks, more emphasis on direct and online marketing, more emphasis on software marketing, more emphasis on health tech industry, more emphasis on artificial marketing behavior, and other issues are based on international standards and emphasis on quality, value, and customer satisfaction. Two eminent speakers are in this webinar. Number one is Dr. Suresh B.K. Naidu, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, Tumakuru University, Karnataka. And he will teach in his topic, that is recent trends in accounting, contours and challenges. And second is Dr. Pradipto Gangopadhyay, Joint Director, Institute of Cost Accountants of India, and his topic is recent trends in marketing and the challenges thereof. I welcome you, sir, and I, along with all the participants, is eager to listen to your valuable deliberations. Thank you, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir, for your warm welcome. Today's topic, as mentioned by Netaji sir, is recent trends in accounting and marketing. So we are really looking forward from this our eminent speakers to hear and learn a lot about this topic. Because since the introduction of double entry bookkeeping around more than 500 years ago, there have been a lots of changes in accounting and marketing. So we are very blessed to have these eminent speakers today to share their immense knowledge with us. So now I request Professor Shubhruto Dash, Assistant Professor of Department of Commerce, to introduce our eminent resource person for the first half to our participants. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Ornadoy. Good morning, everyone. Now, we are going to start the first part of today's webinar. On behalf of Vidyanagar College, I, Shubhruto Das, Assistant Professor of Commerce and Joint Convener of today's webinar, extend the warm welcome to our respected speaker, Professor Dr. Suresh B.K. Naidu, and feeling much honored to get an opportunity to introduce him. Dr. Suresh B.K. Naidu hails from Andhra Pradesh, graduated from KGF first grade college and stepped into the Silicon City in the year of 1995 for his postgraduate and professional education. Merely with a passion to become an academic professional and to equip strongly with educational qualification to be a knowledgeable and teach heavy, the journey started. MCom specialized in costing and taxation, MBA in international business, MPhil in management, MFM in financial management, PGDBA business administration, ICWA cost accountancy, PhD in finance, FDP Indian Institute of Management Ahmedabad. He did some specified courses in accounting and finance from different universities in UK and USA. He is very much learning centric, keen in updating the knowledge in the areas of finance, human resource management, international business, current affairs, global business strategies, etc. He is been in teaching, research and administration for the last 23 years, served as head of the Department of Business Management at BMS College for Women, Bangalore, principal of RBANMS, first grade evening college, Bangalore, finance officer of Tumkur University. Professor Naidu currently working as assistant professor in commerce and management at Tumkur University, Karnataka. He has been the resource person in various seminars, conferences, and given numerous lectures in management institutions. With this brief introduction about him, I will request Sir to take the charge of this part of our webinar. Sir, over to you.
Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, good morning to Canada. I'm happy to be here in order to share little amount of knowledge what I have in the field of accounting and finance. And firstly, my sincere congratulations to the entire team of.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Just a minute. Mr. Ravindra, please stop presenting. You do this mistake every time. Mr. Ravindra, please stop presenting. Mona Lisa, please look after it. Mona Lisa?
Hello? Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Mr. Ravindra, only you join. You don't have to present your screen. Professor, please start.
Yeah, once again, I just feel to say the congratulations to the entire team of the organizing committee, respected principal of Vidyasagar College, Professor Suraj Prakash sir, and beloved IQSC coordinator, Professor Subrata sir, and the organizing secretary, Professor Mamta, Professor Netaji Prakash, and the team of organizing
Again,
committee.
I'm extremely sorry, sir. Mona Lisa, you can do one thing. Please, you left. You can remove Ravindra. You remove
Yes, I'm
Ravindra.
doing that only. Actually, I'm doing that only. I'm removing Ravindra. But again, he is joining.
Mr. Ravindra, you please don't do this. You lost the rhythm of the program.
Hello, from registration you can got his phone number. So you please call in phone number and ask him to not present.
Yeah. So shall I proceed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please. Please,
Mr. Gaurav Das?
Please, sir.
Yeah. So my personal congratulations to Mr. Gaurav Das, who gave me this opportunity now to share a little amount of knowledge. And so let us start this session and how exactly these recent trends in accounting, which has a great influence in the corporate sector. And my point of thought for today's is how exactly these recent trends in accounting, which is been from the teaching perspective, we being in the teaching community, in what way we are nurturing the students, what way we are building the students' capabilities, in what way we are molding the characters of student community in order to teach these accounting trends in turn, once if they go out of the campus after completion of their graduation, how far they'll be successful by learning the accounting terminologies, accounting concepts, accounting principles, accounting policies, preparation of accounts, analysis of accounts, and so on. Because I need to present, could you please direct Mr. Ravindra? Okay. One second, I'll just present the thing. Is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. Right. My topic for today's presentation is recent trends in accounting. Recent trends in accounting is the topic in which I have chosen for today's deliberation, or sharing some of my thoughts in order to awaken or in order to realize by the teaching fraternity and the students and the practitioner too, in what way these trends in accounting which has been in the force, what kind of dimensions in which we can look into, what are the different kinds of challenges in which we need to face, and it is purely from the teaching perspective. Because the kind of a trend which is being expecting, which is not in our hands. The corporate sector, the advancement in technology, the practitioners, there are many factors which will influence the trends in accounting. Based upon the expectations, the policies in which it will be framed by the recognized bodies, where we need to follow, in turn following, we need to teach the same thing to our graduate or maybe a postgraduate students, so that in the later stages after completion of their graduation or post-graduation, they'll be really stepping into the practice in the corporate sector. When they step into the corporate sector, how exactly they are finding the new innovative things in a different dimension, what exactly they have learned. Many a times we feel that there is a lot of gap between what exactly we have taught and what is going to be in the organization. There's a lot amount of gap in which we are finding and we have been experiencing. And most of the times we'll try to fill that gap, but still the gap remains the gap only. So from the perspective of a teacher, what way we can make, what way we can fulfill, in what way we can fill that gap so that our student community become more successful. There are some kind of fills and gaps to be filled. There are some kind of challenges in which we need to face, where we need to learn several different kinds of dimensions. So the change is the order of the day. Every day, every week, every month, every year, there will be a kind of a change that happens in case of an accounting process and accounting preparation, or accounting analysis, or accounting interpretation. That is possible only within a teacher. So yes, we being a teacher, we can nurture our students in order to teach in a most meticulous way, in a most dedicated way, in a most systematic way, so that student will become a perfect in accounting, perfect in principles. So that is today's topic. In order to navigate to the new path, what we are and where we are going to land up, there are kind of steps in which we have identified and we have experienced. In those days where we used to maintain the accounting in the form of ledgers, bound books, and preparation of lot number of files, entering huge amount of data, countless amount of data, that requires manpower and huge amount of time. That was in those days. In spite of preparation of those accounts in the bound books or maybe a ledger files, there are many kind of mistakes in which it happens. Lot number of errors in which we may commit, that amounts to inefficiency in case of a preparation and finalization of accounts. We used to call it as a final accounts because the accounts are to be finalized only after 31st March. Even after 1 year, we are unable to finalize the accounts. That was the trend in which we had.
Network problem.
And even sometimes if we commit a mistake, even correcting them, that leads to enormous amount of time. So that amounts to inaccuracy in case of a traditional and conventional system. And even to retain the kind of a data in which you have stored in the form of books, there may be a chances of losing the data, theft, damages, destroy, fire, pilferages. So these kind of things is well common in those days, and we have faced the different kind of problems in those days too. And we haven't had any kind of usage of technology in those days. The form of physical ledger still some of the small enterprises they have been following, where thanks to the technology where that has disrupted or that has been eliminated as far as the ledgers are concerned. And as far as today's accounting is concerned, it is called the order of the day, where the death of traditional accounting. That means the elimination of the old and conventional system for the betterment and upgradation and advancement in order to make the system so simple, so easy, so useful, and it is an alarm situation for all the people, all the stakeholders, where accounting today has become more simpler and making the complexity into simplicity. That's what exactly navigating the new path, where the amount of change which is been happening in our day-to-day life, the change is always very difficult to accept at the beginning. It may be hard to accept, but until it becomes crystal clear, which is easily understandable, then only we will come to know this change is fruitful. This change is welcoming situation. The change is useful for the people. Change is good for the betterment. That's what exactly this navigating into the new path. If you look at the timeline, where in those days we haven't had any kind of a possibilities with respect to preparation of accounts are concerned, we haven't heard where maintaining the books of accounts as far as the calculations are concerned, William Burrow in the year 1880, he invented this adding machine, where in order to count the numbers, way back in 1880, exclusively for the accountings are concerned, where the amount in terms of maybe thousands and lakhs or crores, which has become very difficult in order to add as far as accounting is concerned. So, even though he has invented that adding machine, that didn't have any kind of a memory tagline, where it's not in a position to store in that machine. So later in the year 1928, Herman Hellerith, he invented this punch card machine in order to handle the data, in order to store the data. And this punch card machine, which has been invented or launched only by an IBM tabulator, and that could process only 100 cards a minute. So that means to say the capacity of that punch card machine was limited to 100. The year 1955, John Macaulay, he built this UNIVAC. UNIVAC stands for Universal Automatic Computer. And that was the advancement in the year maybe 70 years down the line, which has created some kind of a space in order to store the data on magnetic tape. And not only in the magnetic tape, in the year 1978, instead of magnetic tape, where VisiLac launched its first spreadsheet software, not the Microsoft. VisiCalc launched the first spreadsheet software. Instead of recording or storing the data in the form of a magnetic tape, it is in the form of a software form. It is in the form of invisible hard drive. So, after 1978, in the year 1983, Intuit has launched a Quicken exclusive in accounting software